Oh, excuse me. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, are we streaming? It doesn't look like we're streaming. There we go. Hi everyone. Hello comrades. It's time for more under construction. What is this that we're looking at? It's a signal bridge. No, it wasn't here last time. Yes, I did do some work off camera. It wasn't a lot. It was mostly AI. I can talk about it a little bit later. In the meantime, we've got, 3 hours to work on our mega project here, and my goal is to, well, first goal is to finish up this valley here, and the next goal is to go up along the coastline here and do the grass where it needs to be done, which I think is just one or two small areas that we haven't taken care of yet between here and that river. Yeah, because we did this area last time. Oh, we didn't do any shrubs, though. We forgot the shrubs. Anyway, I need to set up the way my windows look. Hello, Evan. Good to see you. We're on time today, which is nice. I need to put my Tolbrin tabs in the right place, which is with the streaming tab. There we go. Hello, Dragon. Hello, Brian. Brian, for me, it's between the SP and the second Santa Fe tender, the smaller one. The big one looks stupid. I think I'm leaning towards the second SP one. Anyway, this is... Yeah, alright. Is this all gonna be, like... Hold on, let's mark this area out here. Because I need to know where I'm not putting the trees, mostly. Because this isn't going to go too much further up. Actually, it'll probably go to, like, right here at its furthest extent and its thinnest. So, let's go to, like, right there. And I know on the other end, this was determined mostly by... Did we name this area Wet Creek? Oh, you know what? I didn't get to throw a name down. I meant to... Yeah, it was supposed to be called something like that. It was something more complicated than that. It was like Dry Creek, Wet Valley or something. So it was something dumb. Um, but it's one of those things. Anyway, I like the way that this is working out, the way this looks. Also, I went and I did the grass and the shrubbery along the edge here, which was kind of dumb. I jumped the gun on that. Make fun of how little water came out. Yeah, no, that's reasonable. There is in fact very little water. We need to copy. Oh, we need to do the route layer first. Then we need to copy paste some tree chunks. River Creek, yeah. Named after a person named River, not like the geological formation. Uh, or geographical, whatever you want to call it. Geographical feature. Um, Ocean Creek. Well, it does go right into the ocean. Now is not the time for me to be answering a phone call. I'm sorry about that. Need to put that phone down over there. Alright, so from the top, make it drop. That's some wings and pizza. Right there. And right there. Okay. Now I need an even smaller chunk. Is this smaller? Debatably smaller. Lake Creek. It is neither a lake nor a creek. Okay, there we go. And that wasn't me shooting down the idea, that was me saying that the idea is funny because it's neither of those things. Um, tickle in my throat just won't go away. These days, I get like long coughs. When I get a cough, it doesn't leave. It doesn't leave me for months and months. Maybe that's because I'm old now. Need a lake. The narrowest lake on Earth, yeah. Narrowest, narrowest, narroweth. So, I hope everyone's having a fine Thursday. It's been an interesting week for me. I went from 1 car working to 0 cars working, and that really threw a wrench in my plans for the weekend because I am supposed to go up to Maine for the grand opening of the mountain extension on the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington. I mean, 2 foot's what the people want, so I'm going up there. Uh, I said that when you started typing. I said the 4000 type tender is probably the best of the two. Or the four, the one that starts with number 4. Um, roll back the tape. I did say it. Or I said the smaller one, which is not very descriptive, but I knew what you were going to be asking the moment you started typing. And I was like, oh, I'll preempt this whole thing. But, yeah, the smaller Santa Fe tender I think is the best one. That's just my opinion, though. The SP one gives it a run for its money. But the long one I don't think looks good. Oh, well that would explain it. Alright, there we go. There we go. There we go. Alright. So we need to fill this in with some sort of texture. And also some grass. But yeah, I'm now having to get up at about 5 in the morning to catch a train to, to catch a bus to a train to a train to a train to TJ's car, to the WWF, and then he's going to drive me back. So, there we go. Another obscure mainline engine. I mean, something south. I can't help you there. There's plenty of obscure mainline engines up here that would be kind of interesting ads, but you know, will this route become public? This route already is public. There are earlier versions on the download station. No, I'm only no, Pat. It would be a bus to a train to a death trap because I'm not taking the MBTA up. I'm only using the orange line, which is, as established, a death trap. Um, that's why you asked, of course. I won't belittle you for asking a simple question. I don't expect you to know everything about this route. Um, I suppose you're new here, in which case, welcome. Uh, but yeah, there are some previous versions already out on the download station. It's Tolbryn Peninsula. Somebody can type that in the chat if you could, please. Tolbrynd. Actually, I can pull it up on screen for a second. I can edit route. This is what it's called. Tolbryn Peninsula. If you look it up, there's an 0.2 version and an 0.3 version. If you have 2022 or I think 2019, you can get it. Well, welcome aboard anyway. The 0.2 version is for Tain. It's just the town of Olive and the branch line associated with it. I am slowly expanding the route, as of course you can see, but it's not an easy process, and I try to keep up to date with the Trainz versions. When a version comes to pass, I try to make one last release for it, but I guess one of them did not get a proper release. Yeah, I think 0.3 is on 2019 or something like that. and then 0.2 is Untamed. It's ish, you know. So it's a mega project. If you hit me up on Discord, which I know my Discord name is in the channel description somewhere, but there's also a link to our Discord server, and then you can just get a hold of me from there. Uh, I should be able to send you a more recent version of the map for whatever version of Trainz you're playing, because, well, there are many more recent versions of the map. Okay, so this is, yeah, I didn't get to do this whole area here. Some of them have working AI, some of them don't. It's kind of a toss-up. Um, I think one of the versions of the route is just seeded with no AI, but I did do Johnson and Sally, you're safe. All right. I did do a a decent bit of AI work between last stream and this stream. I just had an evening and I just spent some time, you know. Most of that was dedicated to getting the OB1, so the which was never supposed to be a plane. Oh, that's fantastic. Uh, when you enter, someone's probably going to say like, "Welcome, comrade. Please read rules and index." And you can skim over that. There's some important parts in there. There's some unimportant parts in there. Um, but you know, I encourage you to socialize. The unranked person's chat can be kind of dead, so don't think the server's dead just because no one's talking down in there too much. Anyway, that's whether you want to stick around. If not, I can get you a CDP over probably. Well, I can probably just throw it up on Google Drive and then, you know, whatever. I need to move versions of the Iron Horseman route over to the appropriate Google Drive folder and not my personal one. Um, Instead of, yeah, because it's just taking up space. Because then I can put Tolbrand on mine, and then I can keep the CDPs there, and almost everything on this map, or basically everything on this map, is going to be accessible on the download station. There will be a few things that are missing, uh, depending on the version of Trainz, but basically everything's available. The biggest problem you could run into is if you download it in a like an older version and a newer version of the game, there's a possibility you're gonna have no invisible switch stands, which really throws a wrench in things. Is Ivan the only 10 driver engine in the IHRR? I think so, yeah. At least as far as characters that we've ever had. I believe so, because we never introduced anyone with a Santa Fe wheel arrangement or anything like that, so there is not in fact a Selkirk hidden somewhere. I'm not. There's a Selkirk 4 Trainz, right? It's a K&L model, isn't it? Because I don't have that one, so that's why it was never included in the series. Um, just remember 28210 Selkirks, not just CP. Well, I'm asking about the CP ones. And yeah, no, that is their wheel arrangement, isn't it? I mean, what else is a 210-4 called? I'm sure they're called something else as well, because railroads could never agree on this sort of thing, but... Are there any Santa Fe locomotives in the IHRR either coming or already on the railroad? Um, I don't think we were planning on any Santa Fe engines. We were planning on adding, I think, a Great Northern engine, or like an RDC car, an RDC from the Great Northern or something like that. Um, that would be a real counterpart to Lee, because he'd be running the passenger service up the Providence branch later, and they would just hate each other and be at each other's throats all the time because they're both prejudiced. Um, oh, they're called Texas types. Oh, okay, well, whatever. Um, does Tolbert Lore have a horrific accent that changed the way companies operate in the region? Not yet, but that is something reasonable for me to come up with. Um, hello, Orion. All right. There really were not a lot of 210-4s around. I mean, 10 driver engines were kind of a rarity to begin with, and the railroads that used them were just so like physically disparate and were exclusively really big. You know, the PRR had some. I mean, the C&O had some, right? The Santa Fe, um, and what the Union Pacific had some, and of course Canadian Pacific had some. But they were not a mainstream wheel arrangement. In fact, I don't even think I have anyone on Tolbrin that's supposed to have any 210-4s or much with 10 drivers because they always struck me as black sheeps. Black sheep. Um, Cino ones were the base for the PRRs, yeah. Um, because wartime, yeah. Well, Q2s though. Um, actually, it'd be interesting to put a Q2 up against one of those and see. I don't think we've ever done that in Locomotive Versus before. But that is probably something that's like on the list. The Frisco had at least one 210. That is a good point. Um, and decapods were like the most mainstream of the 10 drivered engines. Um, so they showed up from time to time. I mean, obviously, a good handful survived to this day. Yeah, the Pennsy did have them. They're like my least favorite Pennsy engine, by the way. Those 210-4s, the J1s. I I find them interesting, but I don't like them because they're very not Pennsy. I mean, um, they don't have a bell pair. They have some of the fixings of a Pennsy engine, but it's very clear they aren't PRR designed, and that's what makes me kind of turned off with them, I guess. Um, they also kill the Q2s, yeah, so that's another reason I don't like them. Um, if only duplexes were more viable. Could add some really cool end of steam stuff. You know, the desire to get more and more power in an ever smaller package, led to some pretty incredible, crazy things with regard to what people thought they could do or figured out they could do. I mean, you have UP's 9000 class, and then you have the Q series on the PRR, and then you have stuff like concepts like the Ace 3000, and you also have the turbines and um, the FG1. I also think is derp. It seems like the PRR always hated Malays; they could never quite get one right. And I don't hate the FG1 as much as maybe I should, but I don't like it. Um, it's just weird seeing a Pennsylvania Malay that works, you know. Um, but yeah, so a lot of the AI work I did was centered around the OB1, which is not actually supposed to be a Star Wars joke, but I guess it is. Um, I wonder if I could change the engineer of the OB1 to be like someone named Ben. Hold on. Who do we have for drivers? Um, no, we don't have a Ben. Let's see if there's a Ben on the download station, real quick. Um, download station. Ben. Oops, just Z Ben. Get rid of all this and change it to category driver. No, okay, there's no one named Ben. That's sad. Uh, what does OB1 stand for? I missed a couple streams. Okay, so hi Tyler. OB1 is Gelson Eastern 28. That is the first train of the day that switches the olive branch. So currently I have it programmed to come out, grab a caboose, stick it on the end of its consist here on track 1, run around the other end of the consist, take that consist, and push it this way, or, figure its way down this way, and then drive forward, up the branch line, put 5 cars into here and load them, continue, put, exchange this car, and I think that's it for now, and then it's supposed to continue up that way. Sorry, I'm all, like, stuffy or something. Something else I should have it do is switch out this car. That would be smart, maybe. Or maybe it just comes and picks it up at the end of the day. Anyway, back to work over here. You know what misses in this map? Corruption. I mean, he's not. It's not. Not the other. Not. I don't know which one is the famous Tyler, but if you mean Tyler as in local Royale Tyler, no, that is not. That is not that Tyler. Alright, we need to fill in this little area here. Alright, so we need to continue filling in this area, and then this, so we need to add water along this coastline here, and you'll see the Z fighting, and that's fine. K2, is that the like small version of the J class? Because those are weird. I mean, they're neat, but they're weird. I mean, you can do whatever you want, Brian. Okay, it was a great day. I will have the same thing with my friends are. The best way the next day will be the same. Okay, that's... I'm glad you had a good day, it would seem. Okay. Yeah, Mountain Titan, meh. And now we need to smooth this out all the way up to here. Alright. Still, huh? Okay. And like so. Like so. We're just trying to smooth out this edge here because we didn't intend to have an edge here. Or we expected to have an edge here, and I didn't expect to have, anything other than that. So we're gonna take care of these edges here, like so. Well, don't get too overzealous with your foamage. Of course, I fall for the same thing. Why can't humanities drink from the ocean? I mean, you can test that one yourself. It won't go well for you, but you can try it out. You can answer that question yourself with scientific discovery. Alright, fill this in, or at least make it low enough that this won't matter. And then I can just sort of lower the rest of it with the apply height tool. Alright. That was my Discord, folks, not yours. That was someone joining Iron Horseman Radio. Okay. We go, get the back in there, and they've left Iron Horseman Radio. Right, there we go. I'm gonna have to smooth out that edge so it doesn't look so bad. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I know these sort of ocean tiles are like the easiest thing for me to do. Oh, that was you. I had a feeling because, you know, it's people that most of the people that join our Iron Horseman Radio are joining it because they don't know what it is, and it is just a playlist of songs that we've compiled over the years. It's about like 1,000 songs long now, and it just plays 24/7. So you can listen to it whenever you want. I usually use it as background music while I'm at work. Uh, I like it because it lets me discover new bands and new pieces of music that I didn't know about, that I hadn't heard of, because it's, you know, everyone that's fan rank and above gets to collaborate on that playlist. So uh, it's it's like um, it's like the biggest crowdsourced radio station. Well, it's not the biggest, but it's a big crowdsourced radio station. Um, okay, so let's fill this in. Is Freebird in there? That's a good question. I would assume so. There are definitely some Leonard Skinner fans that would go ahead and put that in there. I can check. Just give me a second. So let me do this. Hold on. Iron Horseman Radio queue. It'll bring that up, and I can see the full list of the queue. This is something on the back end, and I can Control F and type free. Freebird is not on here. That's a shame. Yes, FanRank can contribute to that. It's the song of the day. You put it in SOTD bot control after it's after midnight Eastern Standard Time. It resets and people can add stuff to it. It's one song. You can't do it more than one day in a row, and it's the first person to put something in there after midnight Eastern. So that's how it's song of the day. So if you ever see people posting SOTD in the channel SOTD bot control, that's what they're doing. They're adding a song so that we can have it on song of the day. It's kind of sad that there's no Freebird. I should put that in there. There's like a really fantastic live version of Freebird that's like 14 minutes long. I have that on my iPod. It's not on Iron Horseman Radio. I don't even know if there's any Leonard Skinner, which is kind of a shame. I mean, I realized the other day there was no Men at Work on that playlist, like no Land Down Under even, and I just went like, oh, this is a problem. We got to fix this. And now there are 3 or 4 Men at Work songs in there, so you know, problem solved, including Land Down Under, which is the thing that I wanted to hear. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Pat. Pat put in like 3 out of the 4 Men at Work songs. Oops. All right. I'm looking forward to Merger Mania tomorrow. Gonna be a hell of a thing, that's for sure. Right, there we go. Now we have a beach. Life's a beach. Mid to late 1950s and somehow ending up in Troy. Well, if you want to do that and make it like true to the Horseman universe, I can help you with the characters and the writing there at some point, if you would like. All right, what was I doing? Sorry you won't make it. I suppose there'll always be another time. People are it. Wow, like people voted the hell out of it the first time, and then people liked it enough to vote for it again, which is like a huge confidence booster for me because I made up the game type. But uh, I'm glad people are enjoying it, and it is a unique Force movie night. Yeah, it is a unique sort of game. It's almost like Ticket to Ride. It's like Ticket to Ride, but for like hardcore foamers, I guess, and people who like playing with maps more than they like playing board games. Um, Tyler, what is going on with you? Um, yeah, it's a good question. What movie are you watching? If it's something train related, you're forgiven. I want to become the Rutland and be dead because same. But in seriousness, the Rutland is boy, what an interesting story. Uh, I want to be the Rutland and have died, but now I am controlled. I was resurrected and am now controlled by the government. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy. Merger Mania will come again, I'm sure. Um, Marvel movies. Oh, you mean Merger Mania? I mean, the Rutland is possibly the most useless railroad in Merger Mania. Uh, well, actually, I take that back. There are more useless railroads because they're all very, very tiny. However, um, the Rutland is one of those where I actually went through like great effort to get it into the game, and then it turned out to be completely useless. So maybe if we had all the little all Canadian roads, it would be a little bit more sensible because you could connect through Canada to it. But we don't. We don't have Canada. Unless somebody went through and made all the KMZ files for Canada like they did for the US. Then maybe the Rutland would be more useful. Okay. We're still doing good here. And I like the way this valley has turned out as well. Um, Idea for the most OP but bankrupt road. The Last of Us was a good Marvel movie? What? Falls the Rutland of the D&H. Okay, give me this. I'm gonna spread this like right here. And will I go and do a little edge sort of thing like I did on the other fields? There we go. Because I don't know if I will yet. Just to do it as a buffer would make sense, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. The other thing about doing all DLS assets is just some of the weird stuff you end up having to use, like using this Russian electrical box. Alright, so um we basically made it to this side. We do need to do the shrubbery on some of this. Yeah, Ivan moment. Alright, give me the shrubs. Thank you. Get wrecked, shrub. Alright, put this down like that. And I'm just gonna do some like touches on the edge here of this sort of riverbank. Else, do you want to put a lot of trains? Yes. I want to put so many trains, dude. So many trains. And they're all going to be automated, and it's going to be glorious. When do we get the cover of Green Light in the Southern? That's a good question. I still have that tab open. I listened to it once, and it didn't, like, immediately grab me, and I haven't had the desire to listen to it again. Honestly, everyone is owed a better version of, Ivan Be Good. Because I was so sad when I made that original video. Um, says, you know, because, like, Chuck Berry had just died. Um, you know what would be an interesting set of Ivan short stories? Would be, Ivan's days touring with Chuck Berry. That would be a fun set of short stories. And the only reason I say that, the only reason that's on the brain, is because I actually just finished the World Tour short story set. And so that actually is going to be the next thing to come out, the first thing in, you know, like half a decade on the Iron Horseman channel. We're actually going to have a video which is just going to be like, hey, here's the story set. Southern get wrecked, I guess. I have an idea on how to make a bunch of trains. What is your idea? Hit me. I'll take any idea. Good or bad, I'll take it. What's your idea? I want to know. Because I've got my own ideas. And I was actually kind of going nuts with the making of the train. Also, they were green. I mean, they were. Southern was, in fact, green. That's one of these things with the way the trading cards work. I started making like a, oh yeah, Vin Scully passing away, and then Uhura passed away. It has not been a good, like, week for celebrities. I'm still stunned that William Shatner is still alive. Alright, there we go, get rid of that. I'm surprised that he's still alive and still, like, doing commercials. Because I keep seeing him and stuff, and it blows my mind. He's like 90 years old. So we can make a drought in a neighboring region, so we can make a bunch of trains coming in or out of the region. Oh, pass. Oh, okay, okay. See, I thought you were talking about, like, mechanically how to make more trains. I think I'm going to have plenty of trains with the industries I've already got without going into weather conditions. Which, something I mentioned in the Discord at one point, we were discussing, I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was a canal, having a canal under construction. I think we were talking about the Panama Canal, etc. And I sort of said, I don't really want to do stuff that would be changing. And I know we already have a couple of construction sites, but I'm talking about, like, major set pieces that would be changing day by day. And I already have one of those, and I really don't want to increase the number. I just don't like... I don't like the fact that, you know, I know we're technically repeating the same day over and over again, but if something looks like it's supposed to be changing and it's not changing, well, that's sort of a subversion then, isn't it? And obviously it can't change because it's part of the map. It's a fixture. Um, but by that same token, I don't think I want to do, like... I want it to be a 70-degree and sunny sort of railroad. It's things are good here, and they're going to be good, and they're going to stay good, and they've always been good. And yeah, we have, like, catastrophic things in the lore, like the Hurricane of 78, but... I don't really want to be messing with that in the present day. And yes, we did make a train card game. Also, I was calling you Maddie because I hadn't clicked on the thing, and I just saw the IE space S. I'm so sorry. Your name is Katie. My bad. We do have a train card game. It's Locomotive versus Trading Cards, or Locomotive versus the Trading Card Game, or just Locomotive versus. You can look stuff up on my channel about that. Uh, Bottom line is we had a Kickstarter, and we made a pack of cards, and they sold, and I have exactly one pack left that is still for sale. It's $5, uh, plus 5 shipping, I guess. I didn't charge the last guy shipping, and I wasn't sure if I had been usually charging for shipping. I couldn't remember. But yeah, so it'd be like $10 for a single card pack, which probably isn't fair. So I would ship it to you for like $5, which would just cover the cost of shipping, and I wouldn't be upset by that at all. But yeah, so we do have trading cards. The trading cards are used in a game where we put locomotives against one another in competitions of statistics and style. These are called Locomotive Versus, which is a one-on-one. Locomotive Royale, which is like a battle royale. It's like a free-for-all with 5 players. Double headers is the thing that we've just been developing. There have been some videos about it, or one video thus far. It came out yesterday, which is a 2v2 game mode. And we're currently doing those. Those are in rotation as like the what's going on. And then we have Locodome, is the 4th and final game type that I'm going to be creating, which is going to be a 1v1 game type, but instead of each person bringing 1 locomotive, each person brings 5, which I have not worked out the mechanics of that exactly. We will figure that out later. So, this Conrail's okay. I'm not about to get lost in Brian's AU right this second. I have to read back, but I think I've been told all this already. The last round of doubleheaders, the doubleheaders we did yesterday were so much fun. And I say that as someone who did not participate. I participated in one of the tests. I was alongside Tyler, which was basically OP. But yeah, so we have a trading card game. Honestly, if this last pack sells, I think I'm going to go into high gear figuring out what to do next, and I'll just make another trading card pack. I'll send off emails or make phone calls to the museums immediately, but I'll put those things in the back burner. And by that I mean I actually have, okay, so I'll lay this down for the public to hear. There are like 3 or 4 different things I could do with the trading cards right now. Batch number 2 was supposed to be a narrow gauge batch, and we can't do that because of the situation with Railroads Online. So, and I can't really elaborate on that, just that there will come a point in time where we can make the narrow gauge batch, most likely, but there's no timeline on when that's going to be. So, we're not actively making a card pack right now, which is fine, but it also presents a problem of I'm about to run out of card packs to sell. So, considering the fact that it takes a couple months to make a card pack, I really should be getting on it, but I just don't know what to do next, because it's either, sort of hope and pray that the world changes and we can make a narrow gauge card pack, or reach out to the 2 museums I have contacts for, which are the Rare Museum of Pennsylvania and the California State Rare Museum. Sorry about that. And see if I can make card packs for them, which they wouldn't be in the normal rotation. Also, they would probably be sold at those locations. It's the kind of thing where I would, I would want to partner with these museums and sort of offer them a, hey, if I make the cards and you just pay me for the lot, you can sell them in your gift shops and maybe make some profit off of them. Because I feel like, I'm selling them for like $5 or $6 a piece plus shipping. The next batch is going to be a little bit more expensive because, well, I would blame it on the economy, etc. But actually, I just have to blame it on the fact that I kind of screwed up the first time around, and I did my math wrong. So, I have to increase the price a little bit. So I have a contact at the California State Rare Museum. Yes, I have the contact of the head of merchandise for their gift shop. So, I can give him a phone call. We've never spoken. He does not know I exist, but I was able to get his contact through one of the other employees by proxy. Basically saying like, hey, I have a thing to pitch. Do you have like the number of your merch director so that I might contact them? And they said, yeah. And by, that wasn't actually me who did that. That was actually Ace who did that in person with trading cards in hand. So I got to thank Ace for that. But the Rand Museum of Pennsylvania thing was because I was looking up a picture for a card, got friendly with one of the archivists, and asked her like, "Hey, do you have the phone number of the merch director?" So I, took that down as well. So, you know, it's not like, oh, I can get cab rides out of these people, but I have merchandising contacts, and hopefully they would hear me out and think that my idea is pretty cool. Um, so it's either keep waiting on the narrow gauge pack, or contact these museums and see if I can pitch them packs, or go ahead with batch number 3, which was supposed to be the People's Choice batch, but I don't have enough engines for a People's Choice batch, so we'd have to go and figure out the rest of them. Yeah, no, I know what I said, Matt. Uh, have to go figure out the rest of them later, with like votes or something, put up a poll and figure it out that way, or just sort of wing it and make another batch sort of the way we made the last one, which is just we'll figure out some locomotives and put them out. I mean, there's definitely some things we missed in the first batch, like we didn't have several of the big names. Like we had from Strasbourg, we had 89. Yeah, and I like the second idea too, Dragon, but the issue is that doesn't actually help um, with the fact that I don't have any to sell, because they would be selling them out of those storefronts and I still wouldn't have any to sell myself. Um, and anyway, uh, unless I gave them like half of them, but then I don't know how I do a successful Kickstarter on that, because I'm not going to be able to sell half of them. They'll end up going to the museums. And Chris is calling me. This is the second time in a week he's called me during thing. Hold on. Hey, Chris. Good. This is the second time in the week you've called me in the middle of under construction. It's Thursdays, man. It's okay. I will. Bye. Okay, you know what? As long as it's not an emergency, that's good. So I think I might take option number 2 anyway, just as a sort of way to get them out there. Here's the thing. I am nervous about pitching these to museums when it's kind of an untested product. We've made one batch of cards, and yes, they all did sell eventually, but it's not, it's not like they all disappeared like hotcakes, whatever. We barely squeaked over the line there. And hopefully we'd be able to get the word out more, but I no longer have the sort of the idea of making it with Railroads Online is that we'd have like a big platform on which to market these cards, because the biggest problem isn't selling the cards. It isn't even finding buyers. It's getting buyers to notice. There are people that would buy a dozen packs. Well, I've still got one, so several months, I guess, out of 100 card packs. Um, to answer your question, uh, I mean, I can just stand on it and say, oh, we had a successful Kickstarter, which we did. Um, but it's just sort of a question of like, is that enough to convince this museum to take a gamble? And I know it's only a gamble of like $500, but I don't know how big their merch budgets are. Um, and I mean, that would just be something to ask and something to figure out. But there we go. I'm just sort of finishing the edge here. Sorry, getting distracted. And I'm running out of voice. This is not good. This is not good. Only an hour into the video. Yeah, this is not good at all. I need like Iron Brew or something. Whatever the hell Drakenfeld drinks to do is like 6 hour long live streams. Um, Today just is not my day, I guess. Can never get the hang of Thursdays. Um, it's a relatively untested product, which hopefully they would spring for, but I don't know. Have I spoken to Ryan about how the card he got from Steamtown worked? Well, I'm sure they sold them. I'm sure they sold them in the gift shop, right? Or maybe they even gave them out. I'm pretty sure they were a freebie, or maybe they were just like they were a souvenir card. And that's the thing. When something's in front of people in a gift shop, that's fine. People can buy it. But when something's online, like on Kickstarter, and people don't know about it, well, how are we supposed to tell more of them? And how are we supposed to tell people like, yeah, this is a thing that we have. Okay, we're gonna have to use terrain scatter for this because this is too big of an area. Let's see, advanced. Oh right, hold on, farm grass. Oh, was I adding water? Whoa. Um, what am I doing wrong here? Hey, shoreline. No, 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 don't do that. What? Oh, terrain up tool. Yeah, the only issue with this is it's not very visible from space. You know? Um. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's right. I added a lot more with this. Um. Also, the fact that it does, like, a grid pattern is not helpful. Can I spin it? Well, I don't want to mess with the draw distance. Alright, hold on. Get rid of this. Um, Farm grass. Let's just grass. Oh, that's better. We'll just use this. Whatever, this thing that's just called grass. Um, yeah, this is fine. It's not the best, but I didn't really want to make a new layer for it because I know there's a relatively tight limit of the layers. Um, this is way better than splines for frame rates, I'll tell you this much, Dragon. But yeah, so the issue is not, yeah, the issue is not the, the product itself. The issue is getting the word out to people that'll actually buy the thing. Which, I suppose I have an ally in Heis. Heis is sort of like, you know, when I told him about the concept, he chuckled, but he's a very, very nice guy, and I think he would definitely lend me a hand with getting the word out to his subscribers, especially if we did some collaborations and videos and stuff. Um, but he's a busy, busy, busy man. I know he's moving right now, so I'm not even gonna ask him to like do anything for me, basically, uh, right now. I'm not even asking him like, hey, how's the move going? Because I don't wanna bug him while he's trying to move. Uh, go throw cards at the guy behind the counter at Rare Museum of Pennsylvania. I mean, that's basically what I'm going to be doing, but over the phone. The thing is, with Rare Museum of Pennsylvania and the California State Rare Museum, I need a full equipment roster to know what I'm making a thing out of. Now, that's not that hard when it comes to the Rare Museum of Pennsylvania, and I suppose I can always count on Steve and Wes. They've got the loco base. It keeps track of where all the steam locomotives in the U.S. are, as best they can, anyway. So I can see, okay, what's at the Rare Museum of Pennsylvania and what's at the California State Rare Museum. Because last time I checked, California State had exactly 16 steam locomotives, and that's including the cab forward, which is a problem because that was the legendary in our first batch. Um, so, uh, had I been able to see the future, I might not have chosen that as the legendary of the first batch because, well, now either I omit the California State Rare Museum's biggest name item, like the biggest thing they own, or I duplicate one of the legendaries, which sort of cheapens them. Um, don't you think? But at the same time, if you can only get them there, that's a little different. I mean, it's sort of like this isn't really analogous because Pokemon Go didn't really care too much about the actual strength of a given Pokemon. I mean, there was sort of a sliding scale, but you didn't do actual Pokemon battles with them, which I think was the biggest missed opportunity of that entire game. Says the guy who didn't play it. But the the thing with that is, I suppose if it's gated by actually going to California to pick the thing up, that's kind of fair, right? That's kind of fair. And these will be museum exclusive batches. Put in a normal version of the card, like the difference between a normal and shiny Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, I could put in the cab forward as not a legendary in the other pack, but I don't know if that would be better or worse. You know? It's the choice between sort of uh going over one of the few legendary cards that we have again, one of the two legendary cards that we have, going over it a second time and making a second legendary out of it, or not making a legendary out of the biggest item in that museum. And I don't know what is the bigger sort of missed opportunity or mistake. It's, do we have one fewer unique legendary than we otherwise could, or do we sort of drop the ball on doing their card pack right? And I think the answer is you have to just make it a legendary again. Because it's the biggest thing in that museum. It's what's going to sell card packs. Let's face it. Like, when we were planning for the Rarities Online card pack, it was like, yeah, the cookie is the face of this franchise, so to speak. It's the face of Rarities Online. Obviously, it has to be a legendary. Even if it's not the best locomotive available, it is iconic. And to that end, the cab forward at the California State Rare Museum is both iconic and like a really good engine to use in the game. So, I my hands are tied basically. I am I am screwed over by the choices of past me, and I'll just have to make it a legendary again. But I started making out. I started putting together like the list of locomotives and list of possible cards for these potential packs. And I didn't get very far because I was like, this is a lot of effort for something that I don't know I'm going to produce. And the thing is, it's sort of a question of like, if I go through the effort to like figure them all out before I ask, and then I ask and they say no, then what do I do? Because now I have this card pack waiting in the wings, and I'm not going to go and produce it and be like, yeah, it's the California State Rare Museum card pack, not officially sponsored by the California State Rare Museum, which would be kind of sus if I did that without asking, but if I asked them and was explicitly turned down and then went and did it, like, on my own accord, that just seems rude. Like, that just seems rude. Um, but it would mean I could change the locomotives around. I mean, having just a California pack or like state-specific packs, state-specific batches, would probably be a good way to go in the future. I mean, having a California pack, a Pennsylvania pack, a Michigan pack, a Rhode Island pack, that sort of thing. And it's just just engines that have run in that state or were built for that state, built for railroads in that state. Um, then that's maybe the smart thing, maybe a smart thing to do looking forward. And then a 3-foot gauge pack and a 2-foot gauge pack and like a Cape gauge pack, and going overseas and doing like a UK pack and a that sort of thing, or a batch. I keep calling them packs. They're not packs. They're batches. Batches have packs. Um, what would the Washington State pack have? That's a good question. I would have to investigate, famous locomotives from Washington State. I mean, obviously you have stuff from like the SP and the SP&S, Great Northern, Northern Pacific, logging locos in one SP280. I mean, definitely some logging engines, definitely some Southern Pacific stuff, definitely some, like I said, Northern Pacific, Great Northern, um, and I mean, what else am I missing? What other railroads went in? I mean, the Milwaukee Road, I guess. Uh, so so yeah, there's options there. I could definitely make that happen. Um, but that's a lot to. That's what I should always thank you, Matt. I should always say, like, yeah, you can commission individual locomotives for $20, or you can commission an entire batch of cards for $500 if you want. Uh, and they will be you can have them sorted or unsorted, where it'd be like, okay, either you just get like the raw output from Vistaprint where it's just like, here's 500 cards and 500 envelopes, have fun, or it goes to me first, I sort them into batches, or sort them into packs. See, now I'm doing it the other way, and then give it to you. um, but I don't know too many people that would spring for an entire batch, so you know okay. Oh, my back. I mean, a logging batch would be. That's definitely something that should be on the docket for the future. Okay. I don't know how to texture these areas. Oh wait, these are like bluffs, so it's going to be really grassy along the side, or sand and then grass and then grass. It's probably going to be some grass up here. Oh, the double headers went great. The higher something costs, the higher the expectation. Yeah, no, and that's fair. It's just like that's how much it costs to print a batch, and um, that is actually the reason why in the next batch or batches I'll probably be adding something new, which is a helper card. So 1 out of every 5 card packs will have a 6th card, um, which will be either a diesel or electric locomotive that you can use alongside any other locomotive card in any game type. So the rules loosely are just, yeah, you can, if somebody calls like uh, what's a good example? If somebody calls number built, and you have let's say some crazy locomotive like Baldwin 60,000, um, but you also have the helper card for uh, the Pennsylvania Railroad DD1 or the EMD GP7. You know, it would have an absolutely absurd numbering class, so you can swap that in instead of the one you would get with Baldwin 60,000. Um, that's what a helper card is for. It's something to keep in your back pocket, metaphorically speaking, because they're index cards and they wouldn't fit in your back pocket. Um, and that means 1/5 of all packs are gonna have. There should be short line helper pack. Yeah. Uh, Something you can keep in your back pocket, figuratively, for when you're in a tight spot in a versus or a royale or a double header or a loco dome match. Um, Else, you need to see what makes other card games great and pick and make it better or improve upon it. I I don't know much about card games, honestly. I know Yu-Gi-Oh! A little bit, and I'm not going to be adding trap. Helper cards are the closest thing you're going to have to trap cards in Locomotive Versus. Let me tell you that much. There, this is not. It's the thing about the game type that's complicated, and really, at a very basic level, the game is extra. Um, you know, yes, the trading cards are sort of the genesis of Locomotive Versus, come into physical form that you can carry around with you and you can play with your friends and whatever. But the idea was to make trading cards. I slapped a Locomotive Versus branding on them because I figured it was a really easy way to tie them into something existing and an easy way to sort of make them real. It's a lot of questions. It's like, oh, if I'm making trading cards, right? What goes on a trading card? Oh, like the stats of a dude and like whether he's a rookie or not and like what college he went to, for sports trading cards, right? And it's like, okay, how do you do that for locomotives? Because locomotives don't compete. They're not locomotives don't play at play quarterback or running back or whatever. They don't go to college to become a locomotive. Uh, Outside of the IHR verse, anyway. That's a joke. They don't do that in the IHR verse as well. Um, you don't there's no build up there. There's nothing you need to reference about a locomotive other than a picture of it, the road name and the road number, and like when it was built and when it was scrapped. You don't really need anything else. But if you already have a game type where you need uh, all these stats, then boom, you've got the rest of your card filled out right there. And that's sort of what I thought. I saw the card that Ryan showed me, and I went, "Oh, this is genius having a steam locomotive trading card. That'd be neat. How do I make that make sense? How do I market this?" And it's like, "Oh, because it's more than just a trading card. It's more than like, oh, I've got a legendary cab forward that I can put in my, I don't know why I just put on a voice for that. My blue eyes. I've got a legendary cab forward that I can put in my like binder and show all my train friends and go to the big E and meet up with people and trade cards. That's like a huge pipe dream for me, right? That's the same level as Winter Catan saying uh he wants to perform with Martin saying he wants the Marble Machine to perform with Daft Punk. Uh, people people trading my cards at the Big E would be the coolest goddamn thing in the world to me. Uh, it's that's a sign that I've made it. And anyway, so and of course every card comes with its own envelope, so you can trade at a distance if you really want to. Nobody's done that yet. I wanted to, and then I just never got around to it. The people that got all the special orders. Yeah, that's my pipe dream. I mean, I know I'm never gonna get rich and famous off these things, but if there's enough people that like them that they have like a proper following in the community and people know about them, that's that's more than enough for me. That's enough to keep me going for the rest of my life. Um, yeah, no kidding. I'll need to do a lot of work. I gotta make a lot of card packs. I gotta make a lot of cards. Um, Thankfully, it's something that's doable as a side project. It's not something that deserves, 8 hours of my time, 5 days a week. It's something that's like, okay, I can throw together a card pack by working on it on and off for a month. You know, Um, the stats are already there, unless it's something that we don't have, in which case I need to get in touch with Steve and Wes and say, like, hey, can you put this in the local base for me, please, and let me know when it's in there so that I can, reference that. Um, and aside from that, it's just like, okay, let me get permission to use these photographs, um, which sometimes will increase the the cost of the batch, but like that's why I have enough. That's why I have the. Well, that's why the price is going up. The first time, most of the engines were super famous, and we can get them on Wikipedia, or we had people that had taken pictures of them. But like, uh, if we get into more obscure engines, especially with like the narrow gauge pack, then you need to figure out, okay, who owns the rights to this photo, uh, and are they alive, or do they have like a living family member? Like, who owns the rights to this photo, not just who took it, um, that sort of thing. So chucking emails at random historical societies, going like, hey, do you know about this photo you have, or do you have a copy of this? That yeah, that gets difficult, and it gets really, really time consuming, because then you're going like, man, I hope these people get back to me. My my email exchange with the uh, very kind lady who got me the picture at the Uranium Museum of Pennsylvania lasted several weeks because of just problems with communication. She was sick. I was busy. It just wasn't. It wasn't a great time. It was difficult, but in the end, I'd like to think we built some sort of rapport. And if I get in touch with her again for like, okay, hey, I need this picture. Can you find it in your archives, please? Then I'll be, that'll be able to happen relatively easily. But it's about making connections. This is part of like the Foamer field, or the Foamer field, the railroading field that I never really indulged in, because I had no need to really make connections. I didn't have a product that I was marketing. The Iron Horseman Chronicles existed, but it never really bothered me if it, you know, didn't hit the public eye. And frankly, knowing what it is, it never would. Um, we didn't make Thomas and Friends here. We made a 1.5 season long series in Trainz with spotty editing and that sort of thing. It is not. It's not. You know, my finest hour. I am proud of it, and I will always wish I could have done more, but uh, it's not. It's not going to be showing up on national television anytime soon. We're not going to get a contract picked up by HBO Max to make more. Um, it's a lot of dedication. I can see this growing a small community. Yeah. Well, I sure hope so. And that's the other reason why I'm hesitant, because it's like, oh God, if I sell these things and we get like this huge influx of people into the Discord server, then I'm actually going to need to worry about having moderators, which is something that thus far I've gotten away with not doing. And yeah, no, I'm not ready for that. I am bad at giving up the reins of power, and I just don't trust people. I don't trust people, and I know I should, but I don't. And it leads to all sorts of problems, because I'm just one man and I can't do it all by myself. U50C needs to be a helper card. That'd be a fun one. That thing looks like a brick, doesn't it? That's if that is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember having those in Locomotion. Those things were beasts. Um. Anyway, so yeah, yeah. Um. Did they have 4 trucks like a DDA 40X, or am I making that up? Or did they have like D bogies? Or no, wait. What was the wheel arrangement on those things? All right. 3 axle and 4 axle trucks. Yeah, okay, there you go. CC. Okay. let's fill in this grass here. We've made some progress now. DD40X had 2 trucks with 8 wheels per. Yeah, that much I remembered. I knew that it was like, a do or a DD, double D's. They had double D's. Very nice. All right, there we go. Let's fill that in. Oh, what's up? I was just ranting about I don't know what to do with locomotive versus trading cards next. You know what? Oh man, what am I gonna do? I think I should. I feel I'm putting like steps in front of things because I'm so nervous to send an email like, "Hey, you've never heard of me. What do you think of this idea?" But yeah, I'm so nervous. But it's probably like the next step. Uh, U50C as opposed to U50B. Basically, one was dual 4-wheel trucks from the turbines, and one was. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Thank you for sorting that out for me because that's kind of what I thought. I mean, worst thing they're gonna say no. Yeah, I know. But it's just like, unlike being in the dating world, there aren't too many other fish in the sea when it comes to this. And if you botch it and they say no, now you've screwed up an opportunity that you might only get one shot at. You know, um, I don't know when I would get the chance to like, and you would hope that you catch them on a good day and they're respectful and they're, at worst they say like, oh, not right now, not at this time, with the way things are, blah 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 blah, we just don't have money in the budget to take a risk on such a product. And I'll go, okay, and I'll sort of move on, and it'll still leave the door open. But if they're like, no, I'm sorry, we're not interested, um, then if I go back again, I just seem like a lunatic. Like, no, but don't you want them? But don't you want this? Um, it's a different thing in the sort of professional world to be that kind of persistent, especially when what you're dealing with is not just like you're trying to market your wares and you're just marketing it, uh, everywhere you can go and everywhen you can go. No, this is like there's one person you're going to talk to and they're going to say yes or no. Um, I know I need to make the offer attracting, and that's why it's like, yeah, we have a Kickstarter under our belt. We have a game that goes with these. It's a cult hit right now, but all of the initial packs sold out. Um, well, I'd hope they work at a rare museum, and I wanted to make a partnership with you because we thought that I was, how you have those arguments with yourself in the shower, like you have somebody in your family that you just want to, you know, you want to pull apart their dumb statements. You had like your aunt say the world was flat at Thanksgiving dinner, and you just want to be like, no, listen to me, uh, and I was having that, except instead of an argument, I was having a fictitious conversation between myself and the merchandise director at the Rare Museum of Pennsylvania, again, who I do not know at all and have never spoken to. And I got out of the shower and Gloria was like, "Who are you talking to?" And I was like, "Oh, myself. I'm sorry. I was literally just like I was prepping my elevator pitch for whenever I get on the line or on an email with this person. And I would like to get them on the phone as opposed to on an email because I feel like it's easier for them to say no on an email. It's harder for them to say no on the phone. Um, and doing this, among other YouTube things, I feel like has gotten me pretty good at extemporaneous speaking, where I can just sort of shoot from the hip in any conversation and make something work. But man, when you are under the gun, that doesn't mean you don't get nervous. Um, there was a whole section dedicated to extemporaneous speeches at my the skills things that I used to do in high school, which was Skills USA. It's sort of like First Robotics, where it's a national competition for, you know, people who do exceptional things, but it's all sorts of different topics. I mean, robotics is a part of it, but there was like medical stuff, and of course, like I said, there was extemporaneous speaking and like prepared speeches and, you know, that sort of thing. It's anything that you can excel in as a high school student. They had a division that was ready for it. Very very cool. I'm glad I got to do that as a kid. Um, I think if it weren't for that, I probably wouldn't have gotten into RPI, and I wouldn't have the job I have and the house I have, and I would be single and depressed. So, you know, that's life, right? Um, oh, my back. Okay. I need. Oh, Gloria's water's still here. This is cool. It doesn't taste good. That's a shame. Alright, so we've made it up to here. It's 8:30-ish. We have some homesteads to build. Here, 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 and here. But I think everything up to here is done. If I look up just farm, right? If I look up farm on the download station, and if I look for just like, okay, Apple Farm Building 1, and then I can download all of these farm sheds. There are 50 of them. So that's a place to start. Really, we should just be downloading assets and we'll deal with the rest of it later. Oh, I meant to put shrubberies in these. Oh, crap. Ah, yeah, okay, I've crashed. Let's hope we didn't lose too much work. That's unfortunate. Hold tight, please. Yes, baby?
Hi.
What's up?
I finished folding laundry.
Thank you.
Still putting stuff away, but laundry's folded.
Oh, no, and we got a database repair. All right, well, we'll figure something out in a minute after Gloria responds, or after Gloria talks to me. Meanwhile, you guys can watch the database repair. What's up?
What do you need for dinner?
I have no idea. I left you the leftovers so you can have it for dinner.
I mean, I was gonna make a pizza.
Do we need that? I mean, we can. Yeah, sure.
I mean, unless you want to split the chicken breasts, the two chicken, there's still two pieces of chicken.
Is there enough side dish left?
There is no side dish left.
Oh, okay. Well, then, no, probably not. Oh, the thing's already done. That was really, really fast. Okay, let's see how much progress we lost, because I'm going to be real disheartened if we lost a bunch. This is why I need to stop downloading stuff during the stream. Edit session.
I'm gonna do that with the Sims. I gotta scroll through mine.
Well, we're going to use the changes, obviously. I should have saved before I started downloading things. That's what it was. Yeah, no, this is definitely your fault, Mopac.
I mean, I could make...
Okay, I'm over here now. Oh, right. Damn it. No, we lost everything. Oh, no. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad. We lost 90 minutes worth of progress. Yeah, alright, well. I should have learned my lesson last time. Now I'm kind of pissed. That was a lot of work.
Also, are you going to the office tomorrow?
I don't know. Alright. That sucks. That's very upsetting. Don't suppose there's a way I can get that back, huh? What is it missing? Oh, it's what the heck? Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's so. Oh, that makes me angry. Use changes. I mean, it doesn't make me angry. It just sort of makes me, you know, disheartened, right? Because that was a lot of work, and now it's gone. That was a lot of work. We did a lot of work. Oh man, not anything saved. Man, what happened to autosave? Like, it used to be good. It's saved my butt so many times. Settings. General settings. I don't even want to go program. I'm just sad. Well, I gotta go do something for the next hour and a half, so. Alright, well, let me tell you where we're at then, with the AI. Alright, so I started working on some stuff off camera, like I said. And this is what we've got. I mean, we have these guys, obviously. The trolleys are doing trolley things. Um, you, GR2404, that's the boat train, I think. VMR 914, that's something up there. And then this is OB1. Then these guys are 3 trains which would be receiving their schedules. I can do some mining off camera. Well, I mean, it's not about that. It's that it's a substantial amount of time, you know. I usually only work on. I guess next episode we just won't touch AI at all. I'll dedicate the whole time for. Wondering how often you should have crossovers depends on what you're modeling. I mean, um, every few miles. It depends on the situation. I mean, if you've got no industries and no nothing, you can stretch those blocks out as long as you want. So we've got all these trains here, right? They're all a little bit unique, but they're all pretty much the same. These are all the commuter trains that run in the morning. The other things we need, so we need a couple of other engines here, and I'm going to end up downloading stuff again, which is going to blow it up again, isn't it? So these are our sort of, these are our Pacific, not these two. Boop, 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 boop. These are our Pacific types, like I've mentioned. We've got, I need to put them in order of, like, construction, I guess. Because this is a 1100 class, which is the third out of 4 classes built. This would be the 4th and final class built, but this serves on the south side. This serves on the south side as well. This is the oldest class of Pacifics, so it goes this, that, this, and then that. So I'll actually put them in order over here. Slide this guy forward. So these are the 4 Pacifics that the Gilson Eastern owns. The The Gilson Eastern also owns. Let's see. Can you see my screen or no? Yes. Locomotives and cars. The Gilson Eastern. Oh, so we do have some 10-driver locomotives, by the way. They own some 484s. They own a lot of them that they bought for some heavy express work. Or they own some of them. Not many. The bulk of their service is Mikados and Lafayette. Be quiet. Nope. He will not. Apparently the reskin is complete on these guys. but they are the... I'm gonna have to download them. I'm gonna have to do it. Download station, Great Northern, or whatever the... What is the... Yeah, it's Great Northern. Download station, Great Northern. There's a 440. That's adorable. That's a reskin of a Ben Neal model, isn't it? Class S2. This is a reskin of a Ben Neal model. Download this. So I need to not be trying to tab through the menu. I will assume that's what caused it. I'm sad, guys. I was on such a roll. I was feeling so good about what we were doing. Yes, baby? I love you. Are you making the pizza? Or no?
You want pizza?
I mean, honestly, I don't really know what I want. I'm not that hungry. Can I please have some water? That is what I want more than anything in this world right now. So... Oh, cool. It's going to time out. Anyway, so we have our express trains, right? These guys are back from the track marks for a reason. Although I think I just crashed the game again, didn't I? It's stuck. Did it crash? Will I have to manually close it? I'll have to force close it because it crashed. It's counting down. It's just like...
Ice water.
Thank you very much.
What?
Well, I think we've stuck the game again. Oh well, let's do something else. Let's go to California. These should all be together because they're going to be at the California State Railroad Museum. There you go. Alright, so let's see. That's an 18-inch engine. I don't think we can do that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one doesn't count. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16? Oh, and 7 in Grand Rock 10. 17. Okay, so yeah, they have enough. Oh, they've got the Bowker. Also, on display, this thing was running. I'm just gonna force close it.
not that hungry.
I'm not either.
I was just asking because I know you're gonna be hungry later.
Yeah, at some point.
So I'll make the pizza then. While you're ready.
Yeah, don't worry about it right yet. Depressing. Now we're over here. Well, I should probably make a copy of this. Save a backup. And also, to be thorough, I should probably save it as a CDP. Because, well, I'll do that after the show. So I wanted to put together the express train. Because the reason these guys are pushed back is because they leave before 5 o'clock. If we check the schedule, the timetable, see that we've got these guys. And then this is the first train that leaves. It'd actually be leaving basically right as the day starts. I'm wondering if I switch, if I just take this and I set it to time, right? No, that did not work at all. So we've got to do all these manually, which is kind of annoying. But I also don't even think... Okay, so it will set properly at least. And these guys... Okay, so it's based off of this instead of this, which was my mistake. 5:25 a.m., 5:45 a.m., and then these, I think I should be able to, whoops, dummy, put that there, because it references that, and then put it here, because it references that. And then this, Mason's Landing, we know that it arrives 16 minutes later. And what this does is, yeah, it checks that, and it checks the difference, and it calculates 16 minutes, because the way Google Sheets or really any spreadsheet program does time is always kind of obtuse. So, yeah. These guys should not be stopping at Olive, by the way. These morning trains, that should be gray. It should be grayed out, because these are express trains. And I think I messed with my, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we're missing one of the boat trains in the evening. We needed to figure that one out, right? So, the Beach Towel Special... Am I going to just try to download it again, by the way? Because what else am I going to do? I need to go and download stuff. I need stuff for this. I need to be able to download things while I'm playing the game. It shouldn't explode all the time, and most of the time it doesn't. Anyway, so here's our Express logo. Oh, right, this stuff isn't moved around now. Get rid of these two. Grab this guy. Put him in the front. Put this guy in the back. Put this guy in second. And then take this locomotive and its corresponding tender and put them here. There we go. So those are our 4 Pacifics, as previously mentioned. Then we have our boat train, which is being run by FL9s, and then our express trains, which possibly will be run by these Great Northern things. but also possibly will be run by diesels. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. Because we have these, which are more than enough to pull these heavy passenger trains. But we also should have some E-units. If I check the locomotives and cars, we do have some E-units. We have some F-units. And we have some PAs as well. So the express trains could be run by a lot of things. I think I'm going to have the PAs handle the mail train, actually. Um, Alright, good night. I think I'd have the PAs handle the mail train. I don't know if anybody's worked on those lately, which, yeah, the PAs haven't been touched. I haven't even picked out what I'm using for them yet as a base. And yeah, this is kind of what I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be doing um, the Gilson Eastern passenger trains, which these express trains can be run by this. That guy should be leaving right at 5. And then another one right here. That's not what I clicked on. That's not what I wanted to click on anyway. My eyes have already left it when I go to place it down. So now we need to figure out a consist for an express train, which shouldn't be too dissimilar to the Beach Towel Special, except the Beach Towel Special is all coach, and this would be coach and sleeper, or mostly sleeper even, especially for the overnight train here. So we've got these timetables. I was on such a roll, now I just feel like sad and depressed and slow. What is the Gilson Eastern livery out of curiosity? So it's like it's a yellow and blue, and I think it was based on Great Northern. Somebody made me a Gilson Eastern E8 at one point in time, and I don't know if I still have it kicking around. It would be in documents. Oh, whoops! That's the OneDrive. I literally could not care less about that. Documents, trains, and then trains, and then GRR. Oh wait, no, sorry, it was Zion and Skyline that was based on the Great Northern. Oh, GE Northern. Should drop that in, but it'll probably break the game. But I have GE Northern and I have GE Passenger Equipment from 4 years ago. So, yikes. There could also be stuff under Tolbrand down here. Boxcar pack. TP stuff. GMR, NST. Yeah, so no, I don't know where that unit is, but somebody did do it. It was I can't remember the scheme exactly, but there's probably a picture of it floating around somewhere. But it is like a light blue and gold sort of coloration, and then you can sort of do what you want with it. They would probably just do black on their steam engines, but so we've got these two in here. These would be running this. We don't have any PAs on hand, so I can't put them in here. I'll just move this over here so I can extend this track out. Okay. So let's think about this for a minute then, because we need to figure out what we're doing for an overnight train. And we have, mostly New Haven cars, NH baggage smoker, not you, not a great model. Um, these guys are old as sin, and they're ancient, so I'd rather use the baggage cars I used over here, which are SP. Yeah. And let's see. I mean, these guys wouldn't even necessarily have RPOs. Um, so put in a couple of baggage cars on the front, probably like 3 baggage cars. And then we need some sleepers, which we've got just generic steel heavyweights. I don't even know where these came from. Then we've got these, which are mostly coaches. There's a smoker, there's a baggage express car, which is this one. Oh, okay, we do have a, yeah. This is going to be at the front of the train. And then MU Combine. No, okay. Parlor Lounge, Parlor. Um, where are my sleepers? Because they're all the stainless cars, but they're coaches and not club cars, combines, Parlor Lounge. The New Haven didn't really have sleeping cars because they were so small. Of course. Yes, baby. Oh, good. What are some good sleepers? Am I gonna have to like close the game out to download stuff? Um, um, let's do show search filter. Oh, I have 20th century sleepers, and I have a fleet of modernism sleeper, but that won't do because these are all, yeah, no, that won't do. Okay, so I'm gonna at least exit surveyor, save, override existing session, and then I'll download some stuff. So I think there's sleepers that fit the style of those PYs or cars. Okay, I'll look for them. Hold on. Download station. Oh, okay. That's a different kind of sleeper. Um, I don't care if it's installed. What I care is category, um, rolling stock. American Orient Express Crew Sleeper. Cool. Amtrak, BR, CN. That's ancient. That's ancient. Great Northern. Yeah, these are all very, very old. Um, the Magic Land stuff is ancient, isn't it? Um, NEB&W Pullman Sleeper. Let's download that. Yeah, those are too old. NH Sleeper Ocean Beach. Yeah, they did have some of them. Um, um, oh, these are nice. Oh, they're Train Boy. Wait, are they 3-foot gauge? They look very nice. TOTC. Oh, that's probably... No, I don't know. Vino, Pullman. I'm just going to download all these. FEC Pullman Sleeper. Yeah, it's ancient. Okay. When this is done downloading, I can hop in and check it out. But while we're here, maybe I should download some other things. What are the best PAs in the download station? Let's see. Locomotive. Oh, those are nice. Oh, these are obviously the nicest PAs in the download station. These are the 4 stripes. Well, let's download. I need something with a B unit. Oh, right, because obviously it's not. I'm not going to get a B unit because I wrote PA. Did I not even download it? I wasn't paying attention. I don't think I downloaded it. A4 Pacific Mallard, disgusting. That's on the DLS. Alco S2 Union Pacific. It's actually not bad. Oh, that's. Where'd it go? I scrolled too far and I lost it. There it is. Download. But I need to find a B unit. And I might have to just punch in like PB, right? Because I won't be able to find the thing. Like this. What is this? That's weird. Oh, hey. Obligatory. Oh man, Pat, you missed sadness. New Haven, PA1. I mean, I guess I'll take that considering. Not going to take the New York Central. Game crashed. I lost everything. Lost all my progress. 90 minutes out the window. PB. Oh, there's a PRR one. I did not notice the PRR. Oh. Oh, okay. There's, 2 of these? Oh, one of them is newer than the other. Is there a D&H? I mean, that would not be prototypical if there was a D&H one, but... No, it was, yeah. I'm pretty sad. I'll get that, why not? Okay. I noticed the spinning circle. That concerns me. But it's done downloading everything. So I don't know what's going to happen now. By the way, the next hurdle is to figure out the passenger timetable for the Volga Mountains Railroad, which there's probably not going to be a lot of passenger service, but this is all we got for the entire network. Um, Basically, I had it broken out into. Sorry, needed a stretch. I had it broken out into like trains towards Skyline and stuff like that. I don't even know if I will have trains towards Skyline. Well, maybe a couple. We're gonna have to fiddle with that. Doodlebugs would be fun. That's a good idea. I like that. All right. So, oh look, all the PRQ force. Actually, what's a good night train that I can steal a consist from? So, let me think. What do I know off the top of my head? Coach cabooses, yeah. I mean, long caboose. Ain't nothing wrong with a long caboose. Um, oh, I mean, let's at least grab. And this is gonna look ridiculous, but that's the way it is. Um, yeah. Okay. What's a good overnight train that we could? You know what? Um, New New Haven Night Owl consist, not AA meeting. Thank you. Okay, so this is that. Oh, right, the American Flyer cars. Ooh, I need to get those. All Pullman, both directions. Coach and Pullman between New York, Providence, and Boston. Um, I don't know how big they were though. That's I need to know the consist. I need to know how many cars were in the train. Um, no, I don't want the. I don't want the previous. I want the previous one. Um, yeah, this is too new. Um, oh, New Haven's the Owl. Maybe there's a. Oh, wait, what was that? Oh, this is just a list of them. I need who knows consists. Um, Wait, go back, go back, double go back. Night Owl train. Um, See also Federal Express train. That's interesting. Sleeping cars and coaches, mail and baggage. Train operated well outside of dinner hours. Food service was limited to beverage and light snacks and continental breakfast in the morning, generally dispensed from a lounge car, which also contained sleeping accommodations. Okay. Um, New Haven coaches of the 86 to 87 series. Unfortunately, the ones I have from the 8600 series are coaches and not sleepers. Um, I'm trying to skim through this and like make sense of it, but I wish someone knew more about old style passenger operations. Uh, After the war, Federal was also foiling the year-long ban on sleeping car rides until 450 miles of the train's intermediate sleepers, such as Philadelphia, Boston, and blah, 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 was also affected. After the war, Federal was gradually re-equipped with railroad-owned lightweight sleepers and coaches for Pullman Standard. Um, the Point series and the Beach series. Um, so that's the issue, is that we don't have the lightweight coaches that are sleep. Okay, so there's stuff like this, but these are pretty old. I mean, okay, wait. That's J Grease. This is P Wiser. That's the Comet. Okay, 8080. That's interesting. Um, oh, I need these. Oh, I need these. Um, there's a smoker. There's a grill car. Man, that's older. It looks like. Pullman coach. Ooh, it's the spooky ones. Um, yeah. See, this is older or newer. Or sorry, older Pullmans. Um, NYNH&H cars, and then we hit all the stuff that we've downloaded. Steel RPO baggage combine. Should download that. Baggage smoker. Wooden flat car. All right. I just need to know how many freaking cars were on this train. Um, rail route. And then via Jersey City. Station at Grand Central. There's interesting stuff. So we need to have our sort of uh, different luxuries, right? Because this is supposed to be like a super high class train. It's got all these 10. Oh wait a minute. Yeah, okay. These actually don't have as many rooms as I thought. Because it's 10-2. It's 10-2 sleeper. 10-1-2. Yeah, these actually have relatively few rooms. I want like a full-on sleeper car. Where's all the things I know I didn't download too many things, but sleeper. 16 section sleeper. That doesn't seem right at all. come there's only one room in these? Or is this 16? Did these all fold into beds? I guess they all fold into beds, huh? But all right, hold on. We need a smattering of these kind of cars. And I think I can shorten this train up a little bit, maybe. Oh, whoops! I actually wanted to keep that. I mean, the 20th Century Limited was only like not as many cars long as you'd expect. Duplicate. Get like a picture of it. That's a good point. New Haven Federal Express. That's not helpful. Railroad. Well, okay, there are some great pictures of it. And also it looked like this, but we don't have these coaches. In their sleeper variant, I should say. Unless someone can find them, and I can't. New Haven was not as well documented as you might hope. Federal Express. What is this? So it's gonna look something like this. Okay. Which one is this? This is a Federal Express. Okay. So, sleeper, 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 buffet lounge, sleeper, 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 coach, coach. And then how many baggage cars? Oh, it doesn't say. Actually, if I go back and look at this, how much baggage? That's a commuter train. This is also a commuter train. This is a train with 2 baggage cars. Okay. So we're going to go with this, and then 2 baggage cars, and then... Oh, we need to make a mix of sleepers, that's right. I'll just do like 5 and 4, I guess. So, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, there. And I'm gonna do my best to like mix them up. And I don't even know what's what. So, we're gonna uncouple these like there. And we'll probably uncouple them again, just to be extra judicious with our random car selection. And we'll do this one, and then this cut, and then this cut. Oh, whoops, and then this, and then this. All right, there we go. So this seems like plenty. We need to make up another one, but this is the even earlier train. So this train would have left Jefferson. Actually, this one should be a little bit shorter. So we'll pull a car off the end. If we look at the timetable, this train would have left Jefferson at, say, like 3 a.m. So this is your true night owl, so to speak. It left at a weird time in the morning. And it's probably originating there as well. Oh, excuse me. You have a connection with the Temoral's Veil and Anaconda there. Oh, excuse me. You look at all the coach under P. Weiser. Excuse me. Hey, D.G. Cheney. No, you know what? Let's do that. Battle Station Rolling Stock. Author Pweiser. I mean, I want to download all these. But yeah, these are the ones I have. The NH class, whatever. I have Lionel Lines coaches. B&M lightweight coach. NH coach. Yeah, so I did look through most of these. I believe. Hey, look, it's the Reddick. But yeah, I've got all of these, and these are all coaches. They don't have, you know, doodad. Which, by the way, I just realized I need to swap this out for a grill lounge, and I need to swap in a, actually, yeah, I need to swap this out for a grill lounge. I need to swap in a, one of these, club cars or whatever. Steel coach, baggage express car, stainless parlor car McGinnis. So actually, I want to do a Parlor Lounge McGinnis. That. So there we go. We have our beautiful train. So here's the thing. We need to look at these schedules and figure out where these trains are going and where they're coming from. This is an express train. But is it an express train that's going all the way through, or is it sort of a night owl train that runs late from from Jefferson to Gilson City? And I think it's the latter, which means that it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than this. So, in fact, I'll put like an X here to mark that it's stopped there. And these guys are going to be overnight trains that are going to, basically, they're both going to pull in at the same time and they'll be turned. Because if you need to get down to the other end of the peninsula, then you're going to want a different train. So I actually think I'm going to shorten this up then. We're going to have this, and then, so those two baggage cars, and then we'll have 3 in the front, 3 in the back, for a relatively short train. With this grill car, and yes, the Northern is a little bit overpowered, but that is the motive power assigned to these express trains. So that's also another reason why they could still be using the Northerns on these services, because it's okay that they have kind of short range. They can make it all the way, for sure. Yeah, Crusader copying this. Skip back to the, well, there's your problem episode on the Crusades. And now this is a little bit different. This train is a clean train. Oh, this train. This train is train number 3. And it would have a connection through. It would actually probably be a through train from, oh, sorry. No, it wouldn't be a through train from the Temporal's Veil and Anaconda. That would probably come later in the day. But this is not. This is. Um, and I think, yeah, extra slash charter trains or through express trains, or we can just say express trains. Um, express trains, and we'll go from 1 to 10, and then from 11 to 19 we'll get extra slash charter train. Um, so we have 1, 3, and then this is your like proper morning express train. It probably goes all the way through. Um, but is this your continuation, or is it this one at noon, or this one at 5, or this one at 8:30? Um, that's sort of my question, because we've got 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, and we don't have enough like spaces for them. So your boat train is here. You have all your commuter trains going at once. You have, yeah, okay, so it's going to be this guy in the middle of the day, I think, is going to be your train that's coming from. I don't even have the original Tolbrand or Tamros Vale and Anaconda map anymore. So it would be from somewhere up north, wherever the junction was of the two legs of the TB and ARR. Um, which I guess is Vale. Um, Probably the only line to go from steam to electric in less than 50 years. Uh, so that's going to be this guy. So let me turn this guy green with envy. Um, that is not the same color green as that. Let's do that because that seems correct. And then this, um, I will change to that. And then this is actually going to say TVARR. So there is going to be a train going through. Meanwhile, this guy is actually going to be a full, or sorry, this guy is actually going to be a full top to bottom train. So it's going to be a little bit longer, but it's also going to have some coach. So taking cues from Amtrak, this, two baggage cars, because we can. Actually, because it's going all the way through, I think I should put an RPO on it. Actually, no, we have a mail train. We have a mail train. Not every train needs an RPO. And then we'll just, let's see, let's do some juggling. I'll take this whole consist, and then this, and let's grab one of those grill cars, like an actual grill car. Where is it? Parlor Lounge, Parlor Car. I do want a full Parlor Car. I also want a Parlor Lounge. But I also want a... I just had the damn thing. Grill car. All to the center of the train. All for sleeping car passengers primarily. Actually, again, if we're taking cues from Amtrak, so this is going to be, what is this one up front? This is the, oh, no, don't do that. This is the Parlor Lounge. This is just the okay, no, this is just like a first class. I hear Parlor, and I think, like, tables for some reason. So we'll actually put the, ooh, we'll actually put this on the rear of the train. Yeah, I like that. So we don't really need these, although we do want these guys on. Yeah, so bop, 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 and then some coach cars, probably just one or two tacked to the back. Um, we also want to have one sort of weird foible where one of these is green, probably the first one, because that would be the most confusing and frustrating. Oh, and we didn't even grab the lunch car like I wanted to, the grill. Where is it? All right. So there we go. There's our midday like express. It goes through everything train. Um, would you consider using mailbox cars? I wouldn't mind, but the thing is, like we have a dedicated mail train, so we'll probably just be putting them on that. Now we have a nice long train on here. Um, and that means we have all the trains up to the boat train, which goes at like 6:30, and that is as late as we're gonna get here. It leaves at 6:50 actually. Um, and these are both express trains, so let me program them really quick, and then we'll check on everything else. So I don't need to worry about the driver setup. What I do need to worry about, first of all, is what these track marks are named. Also, have we've been in session layer this whole time. Oh my god. I can't catch a break today. Oh, that's in seed. What about this? That's in seed. Are the things over here in seed? No. Seed. Seed. That is. This is in session layer, seed. Okay. I think everything else is fine. Except for maybe these guys. No, these guys are fine. Okay. These guys are pulled back for a reason, like I've mentioned. Um, so we need to give locomotive numbers to these. That's right, because these are our 484s. So they're 1550 to 1599. So random number generator. So 1550 to 1599. Generate the first one. 1561 and 1594. Okay. So GE 1591, or sorry, 1561, and then GE 1594, which we can actually change this 1594 and U to 1594. Okay, or sorry, 1561. And that should then say it on the side. And there you go. And these guys, they don't change because they don't have running numbers, but oh well. Agony, thy name is lost progress. You're damn right. Okay, so now we need to set up the track marks for these. First things first, edit session. First things first, actually, save. First things first, edit session. Second things first. This is North Staging. So oh right, the naming of the track marks. That is correct. So this is North Staging Express 1 and Express 2 because they're going to have more or less the same schedule, but that's not accurate because this is like a half express now. So this is different than this one. But oh man, I guess it's just going to be the first train into that track is going to get assigned. No, that doesn't make any sense. Um I don't really know what to tell you at this point because these trains are not interchangeable. Obviously, one is very different than the other. The computers are not they're not all interchangeable. I'm sorry, but that's mostly fine. It would make it like a second class train. I don't know which one of these would have priority because they're both express trains, but this one only goes to Gilson City and this one goes all the way through. Um, so with that in mind, what we will do is we're just gonna have these. I mean, the track marks are gonna have different schedules anyway, but for now they're gonna have the exact same schedule, which is the same as the boat train has. With the beach towel special, where it just goes through. It drives via this main line 2, which, yeah, Jasper Mills 2, main line 2, and then it deletes itself, which I need to end it the same way as this does, which is notify, wait for 30 seconds, and then delete yourself. So, notify, wait for 30 seconds, and then kill yourself. Um, delete train. Which I will, for now, just, excuse me, just sort of be cheap and assign, because this is like a subroutine, right? This is like a subroutine. And for now, I'm just going to assign it the Beach Towel Special because I'm not sure what all we're going to do if I'm going to have some of these trains stop at, like Bellington, because Bellington's a decently sized city. I know they're not going to stop at all of it. They're too damn important. Um, but and they're going to be on the express tracks anyway. But Bellington might have a 4-track station, so, or maybe even like a 5 or 6-track station. It depends. So we'll have to see about that. Bellington might end up looking more like Stamford. Um, but yeah, for now, we will just save that, and then go to schedule at track mark. And these are all the commuter ones, and I'm going to add new tracks identity, select track mark, express 1, and we'll see where that, okay, it stays down here. Add new tracks identity, select track mark, express 2. This is basically what I was doing with the commuter trains, which is why they're all set now. They're all going to wait for 5 seconds at the beginning of the session because the game needs to catch up. Wait for 5 seconds. And then they're going to wait until their prescribed time. So the first one, the first express train leaves right at 5 o'clock, so it's going to leave, immediately, which I need to do 5 o'clock a.m. And then I need to, sort of like these, copy this, paste formula only, and that'll keep track of where they're stopping. I also need to copy this and paste the format, because it's not stopping here. It's going straight through and maybe stopping at Bellington, which is, again, we'll have to recreate the schedule for that, but for now it doesn't matter because we haven't built Bellington yet. When we get tracked to Bellington, it'll be a different story. So, this first one is going to wait until 5 hours, 0, 0, which is going to be immediately. This one, on the other hand, is going to wait until, like, 6 hours and change. If I check, it's 6:05. So, 6 hours, 0 minutes, 5 minutes. Then, they're going to wait another 5 seconds. because I really like having these weights in between, and I don't know why. I need to trim them down because they're getting a little out of control. They're like half of my commands sometimes. They're gonna horns, which is up here. And then they're gonna horns again. This one's gonna horns. It's gonna morb. And then we're gonna copy commands from the beach towel special. So we're always using insert commands. Let's see. Copy commands from, insert from library, beach towel special. And then copy commands from, insert from library, beach towel special. That's in case we have an extra commands after here that need to run once this is done. Which we might, depending on how tightly we want to, how small we want to make these subroutines. So we're going to exit Surveyor, we're going to save. And I need to get out like a notepad or something so I can keep track of stuff that I need to fix. Fred Figglehorn Express. Good night, Orion. And now we're going to play this. So, first thing we're going to do is check out that Train 5. I'm also going to hide my screen so that you guys can see this. Somebody pinged me and they were green. Oh, it's not done yet. I thought it was done. I thought I heard a train sound. What are people saying in streaming and recording? Oh, people are just going on about 60,000 and... Okay. First of all, look at our freaking staging. Oh, there goes one. It's neither a yes or a no. You're gonna have to make... You can determine what I would think about that. So this is our... ignore the fact that these turns are too sharp and the hills are too steep. It's unimportant. This is just staging. This is where it turns into a model railroad layout at the end of the map. Speaking of which, can we go sit in one of these cars? Nope. Oh, we can sit in the P. Weiser car, though. Is that the name of... Yes. Yeah, sure, it can be that. I did forget that parlor just means first class. I wish I could shift the camera down. We're sort of looking out the top of the window. Anyway, there goes the train. Yeah, it's Temeros Yard again. You guys know what it is. Temeros Yard and the Susquehanna part of the narrow gauge with the 5% grades. So it is going to call for an interlocking tower as soon as it gets to there. Meanwhile, we have something much more important that we need to keep an eye on. Oh, he's already gone. Where'd he go? There he is. The fact that this doesn't have a backing light. Hey, Matt, can you kit bash a backing light onto this thing? When you reskin it, if you ever do. Did somebody try to reskin it? I don't even remember. Locomotives and cars. 260. No one ever tried to reskin this. Temeros and Uinta Railway. Yeah, there you go. And I'm still coughing, huh? The fun part about watching these watching a train in the yard switch, especially during the morning rush, is that if you keep an eye out this way, you will see trains come by. And in fact, we will see our express train come by fairly quickly, as long as it's in render distance, which is sort of an important question. He's coming. I guess we'll know whether he's in render distance or not when he gets here. Oh. Well, that's fine, Matt. I was just curious. Um, Tyler probably knows how to do that part, but Tyler's too busy, so Tyler's busy enough. He only shows up when he can dunk on you. Also, we can see the signal tower standing in the distance, which is kind of neat. This guy's gonna go and pick up a caboose. And that train should be well on its way. Tyler is tied up. Yeah, that's accurate. Oh, here he comes. He should be like right over there. He's just out of render distance. We can't see him. He's gonna pop in like somewhere. There he is. I'll blow my whistle at him. Hopefully he would blow his whistle back, but obviously I'm only in control of one train. So he's gonna barrel right on through. I mean, we can stick with him if you guys would want to. He's going straight through all of it, top beans. And then he's going to go up the line at, 79 miles an hour, because that's the speed limit. He's going to have to do the next interlocking when he gets up there. Unless he already has. Yeah, he already has. So he's green for glory. I mean... Engineer 80s Wheaties today, yeah, exactly. I mean, these are decent engines. I mean, they're weird, but they're decent. And this should not be like that. That should be a vertical. That should be a V-bar. I don't know why that's not a V-bar. I've got to go through and set these signals to work properly, but that is the most time-consuming thing for the least rewarding, like, result. It's getting the signals to show right. And yeah, okay, that it helps to get them to show right on the thing where you barely know what they mean anyway, but PR style 484s sound like curse to me, and I don't want anything to do with them. So we'll go by the other tower. Yeah, and we're just going. I mean, we'll be in Mason's Landing in like 10-15 minutes. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. This is what I would do if I was eating. The other thing is, as we add trains, we're going to start to learn sort of the conflicts between them. And to that end, we're going to have to, adjust for what... Yeah, see, here comes another train right now. This is one of the commuter trains. To that end, we're going to have to adjust what tracks they go on. Obviously, the inner tracks are the faster ones, but for some of these trains, it won't matter. There should be enough wiggle room in a given schedule that, whatever. Alright, so this guy's bringing the caboose down to his train. This guy is already almost to the big bridges. I mean, let's go like here and watch him go under. But yeah, and then we'll have stuff like passenger trains passing freight trains and stuff like that. The thing with starting this at 5 in the morning is most of the interesting stuff will already have happened. Like, the goods boxcars will already have been dropped off and sorted out. Um, because say the train with all the goods leaves Gelson City at like 9 p.m. You know, or even like 11. And even if it makes tons of stops on the way, it's already past here by 5. It's not that far. It's a couple hundred miles. Okay, maybe it's just getting here by 5. Um, but the goods train, yeah, I mean, it would definitely be put on the slow track. Because that's sort of the next thing I have to do is get the goods for this. And part of that is, if you look at the way these... Oh, hello, Grass. Kind of you to join us. If you look at the way that this train is set up... Oh yeah, there goes the commuter train. But he's crossing over. Right? Yeah. That's a fast crossover. That's like the crossovers that the MBTA takes to get into Attleboro. They take them at like 80 miles an hour and you get thrown around the car. But hey, I mean, saves 2 seconds, right? So if you'll notice, right, this guy's train, he's backing away from it now because he's got to run around it. This guy's train has these 2 boxcars on it, which would imply that either these guys have been sitting in the yard all day, which is a possibility. Attleboro, yeah. The town that the locomotive is named after. Which implies either these guys got here or, like, that train shows up before this guy leaves. Which would kind of make sense. Because, I mean, it's... If it leaves Gilson City, if it leaves Gilson City at midnight and takes 5 hours to get here, it's pulling in when the map is starting, or it's like leaving having just dropped these cars off, and it would have dropped these cars off, I don't know, over here, or over here, because these are like the cars of tracks that are ready to go. It also means that the yard switcher would already be out and about putting this train together. Which is something I don't really want. I don't want to be starting in the middle of something. Which then sort of brings it back to the goods train should have already passed here and picked up all the empties and dropped off all the fulls, and these guys have already been, sorted out, and the yard switcher is maybe going back to get serviced. Because the important question is, right, how many carloads of goods need to go into Olive? Because this is basically squared. It's basically squared away. All of the Olive stuff, everything we're gonna add is going to Bellington from here. I mean, there are no industries. Oh, here comes the mogul. There are no industries on the other side of the Scioto River. Nothing over here. The first siding is here at Jasper Mills, which is, I mean, yeah, it's closer to Bellington than it is to Olive, and it should count for there because the local that's going to serve Jasper Mills is going to be running out of out of Bellington. It's not going to be running out of Mason's Landing here. By the way, this train is already almost to Mason's Landing. That's ridiculous. Look at him go. And he's going to go straight through Mason's Landing, and he would go through the area that we just finished scenicking at 8:30, and then we lost all of it. But the only thing is, well, two things. One, all the goods has to go in the other direction, and two, we don't know how many goods the pulp mill is going to be producing. And that's sort of the big goods driver. I mean, if we look at our spreadsheet here, as far as commodity balance goes, Olive, on the whole, is requesting... Oh, sorry, that's the narrow gauge one. Is requesting 16 loads of general goods in, and producing 20 loads of general goods out. Now, where are those general goods coming from? They are coming from... that's wood chips, that's lumber, general goods out. They're coming from from Granada Enterprise and the pulp mill. So 1 from Granada Enterprise and 5 from the pulp mill for now. And another 8 from the bleachery. Another 8 from the bleachery. 3 from Put-Home Printing. And 1 each from Franks and Stagnaro. So that is, let me just make sure I have all of them. Those. So I'm missing 6 somewhere. Oh, sorry. Missing, though, from Cork and Sons. And then, yeah, 3 from Put-Home Printing is the ones I forgot to sum into there. So that's 20 carloads. Most of them, or well, a good number of them are coming from Mason's Landing, which makes things a little bit trickier. It's just at the end of the day. Yeah, see, this guy gets confused and he pulls forward and then he needs to pull back. But it's okay, because he gets to where he needs to go. It's not a big deal. Somebody was like, Ellis, he's going the wrong way. Yeah, no, I know. He does that every time. So, logistically, right? Yeah, he's going around. Logistically. Maybe then I could set the yard tracks to 10 miles an hour again if he's going to do this. Oh, wait, he's not going around. He's going through. I take that back. What the hell was I saying? Logistically, we're going to want to pool all that stuff back here because mainline freights aren't really equipped to stop at Mason's Landing. The tracks aren't quite big enough. You know, I want to center things around this yard whenever we can, and having something stop here and then there, especially when some things are having to come back to here anyway, doesn't really make a ton of sense. So, the thing is, okay, there's 2 concerns here, by the way. I don't know how things will perform if I have 2 engines coupled to the same train. If I have a train that is just waiting until a given time or a given trigger or something like that, and I have another engine coupled to it to try to pull cars off of it, will it let that happen? That is an experiment that I need to test. So, no, because I can have a train pull in here. Well, I can't actually have it pull in here. the train would have to pull in. It would come across the diamond. It would pull into these tracks, and then this one right here, actually. And then probably using its own motive power, if at all possible, it would pull off however many cars and back them into one of these tracks where they would wait for the yard switcher to come and get them. Or as well, it would pick up any cars left in these tracks for it to take out on the way. So, because the general goods need to go in towards Gilson City, except for at currently 4 of them, then they all need to get stacked up in one of these tracks. Okay. Hi, Lafayette. Hi, Pupper. Hi, good boy. Hi. Hi. Yes, I am paying you attention. Come here. Come here. He's like, I don't want to be picked up, Dad. I know, you're a good boy. Okay, so, oh no, he does want to be picked up. Come on, let's go. Come up here. Yay, good boy. Yay, what a good boy. Oh, thank you. Anyway, you now see the problem of testing this when the tests have gotten to be well over 30 minutes long. I mean, this guy is just backing up into here. He hasn't even tried to go to one of the industries yet. So, yeah, this guy, yeah. Hi, no, thank you. The one thing that we can do to make our lives a little bit easier, well, we need to put together a couple of things. There are a couple more trains that need to get, a couple more freight trains that need to get put together. This is just one of them. This is OB1. There are 2 other freight trains that leave Olive Yard relatively early in the morning. Or, well, actually, one of them goes out more or less at noonish. But we can build it and test it. We can build it and test it. That is whatever the Gilson Eastern, or the Volga Mountains Railroad number is, to go the Lionhead turn, because that's a Volga Mountain train. And that switches out, not the sheep place, because that goes down to Woods. But it switches out all the stuff in Lionhead. You know, Ashbury Ranch doesn't have a functioning industry. I did think about adding a goods track at Adams, but I decided against it. I might come back to that and change my mind, but it'll screw up our goods thing. I also have this tail track here, which could be used for that. That wasn't originally my intention, but it could be used for that. So, and then it switches... Oh, hi. I forgot about you. This guy's booking it. I've never had it running long enough for this guy to get to his destination, by the way. Never. There's a couple things I actually might want to change, which might be this gets reloaded with cars at the end of the day and goes back the other way. So, it's Lionhead turn, right? It switches out... did I put a siding here? Yeah, it could switch this out, which is supposed to be like steel girders for building the bridge. But again, I don't really want to have things that should be changing over time. Lionhead turn. So, I don't even know if I included these guys in the industry list. Did I? VMR Mainline, Olive Branch, Mason's Landing, Lionhead Colliery. Okay, that's a producer. So yeah, we do have all these. Lionhead has Benny's Oil, the freight house, and a place for lumber. So, Jesus Christ, Lafayette. You've got this that you switch out. You've got Benny's oil, which is over here. Which that's what it's got to wait for the oil train to come in from Wombeck, and that leaves in the morning, so it wouldn't get to our side of the peninsula for quite some time. So that's why this guy has got to go in the evening, or in midday at least. Basically, he'll be waiting for the oil train to deliver this, so we can go up here and do this. And Elvira Valley Grain, yeah. So it does that as well. That's basically all it does. It does 3 or 4 things here. Excuse me. So it switches out this. It switches out the colliery. It switches out the oil place, and then it switches out the Elvira Valley grain. And the thing with the colliery is, because the colliery produces, let's see, that's 6.08. This is 4.03 carloads of coal. And currently, commodity balance, coal, standard gauge, yeah. So this actually balances out almost perfectly with the supply and demand, where Olive produces 4 carloads of coal and consumes 4 carloads of coal. This coal from the colliery does everything in the Lion Head area. It brings the carload of coal to the mill. It does the 2 carloads of coal here at the coal company track, and it does the single carload of coal over here even though it doesn't need to. But that is something where that's one of those things where the coal will have been dropped off and sorted at the end of the day and prepared for these trains that have to go out. So you've got, your 2 carloads that are going to go here locally. You have, where are we, by the way? Okay, we're here. You have your 2 carloads that are going to just be local and taken care of by the switcher. You have your 1 carload that's on this train that's right there. And you have your 1 carload that's going to be on the train that goes to Mason Valley in the morning. I was sitting on my foot. And people are done listening to me talk. Alright, so this guy uncouples, leaves those guys there. And then he's going to go around. Oh, he's going to get confused, but he's going to go around. And couple onto the back of these. Then he's going to grab these 5 cars. And then put them over here. But that part of it works. Next time I can start the AI a little bit sooner. Every time I want to program something new. This time we got the express trains in. And we did some concepting about the coal, right? Oh, there's another commuter train coming out right now. And the coal is important because the coal is self-contained. We don't need to actually worry about the coal coming from somewhere else. Also, Sean's here, and he seems to be stuck. What happened to you? Oh. Yeah, you need to throw that switch, my guy. You need to throw this one. It's facing the wrong way. He's just sitting on the interlocking, waiting to throw this switch. Come on, man. You can figure this one out. You've got that one thrown too? Oh, come on. I've seen these guys pull into the station pretty flawlessly. I know you can do it. Your switch is flipped the wrong way. I'm gonna add I'm gonna have to add a track mark or something. So what are you confused about? What is your problem? If I tell it to release that junction, will it just figure it out? But I don't want to have to tell it to do that every time. You know, this is... Is this the default state of this junction, or what? Oh, I heard something. Come on, throw it the right way. Throw it to the left, or to the right. It's not facing the right way, man. You're making a mistake. I could always have the, I could always have different paths for passenger and freight. But I don't want this switch to be under the control of the interlocking tower, or this one. So... Okay, this one's under control. I just need to have more invisible signals, I think. Yeah, so he threw that one, so now he should be clear into the thing. Which, he's scheduled to arrive at what time? What train is this? I need to write down what locomotive belongs to what train. This is, yeah, 5:27, so you're a little bit late. Because you got a little confused and hung up. But that's okay. The real problem is that you were blocking the interlocking for a while, so don't do that again. Or else you're fired. He's just throwing switches like crazy. But he's here. Meanwhile, where's the next train behind him? I mean, the express train's long gone. But... Which, I mean, is the express train even on the system anymore, or did it delete itself? No, he's still here. He's on his way to... You're the OG express train, yeah? Oh, because you're going 39, because I didn't put enough signals up. That's right. I started building the signal bridges, and then I stopped. But I need to go and do that, so that he can go at 80 miles an hour, because he'd already be gone. In fact... Yeah, this guy is, he's the train right after him, so yeah, they're just following each other. Actually, might have been why you got confused, because he's never had a train in front of him before. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, there goes a, this guy's picking up passengers, morning commuter train. And then you... Are you done here? Are you leaving? No, he's just putting those 5 cars in the siding, and then he's gonna load them up. But this guy does his job pretty well now. He gets confused sometimes, and he does things a little bit strangely, but he does them. But yeah, so sort of to put on the list, and I'm not writing this down, which is probably a mistake, but I'm not writing it down. Sort of to put on the list, the next things we can start programming are, like the other night trains, the local trains and stuff like that. The VMR passenger stuff, but that's going to take some thinking. And we can put together the consist for the Lionhead turn. Which, now that I think about it, Lionhead looks a little weird with those big coal cars. Unfortunately, the coal cars we have, the 55 tonners, are substantially smaller, and they're not, like, they don't go evenly 2-to-1 to the big cars. But it would be neat to run the Lionhead turn with the small cars only, because those cars would basically never leave this area. Part of me is tempted to redo the industries so that that happens, but part of me knows that that is not worth it. We're just going to stick with the big cars. Anyway, he dropped off those. These are going to get picked up at the end of the day, pretty much. But yeah, I should be writing all of this down. I'm kind of a dummy. I should have a notepad in front of me during this whole thing and should be writing it down, so that I know that, like, the goods train already passed through here in the morning, and like, um, the Lionhead turn is waiting on the oil train, but we'll test it without that, and I need to add more signals, and all the other stuff we came up with. The coal doesn't leave the olive sort of district. And smoke doesn't do that. Oh, and that's right. This is a local train, so it runs on the local tracks all the way up because it has to stop at Pan Am, which is a problem that we ran into. Because Pan Am only has side platforms, like so. So the commuter train has to run local if it's stopping at Pan Am. It can't stop at the middle tracks. Which might be fortuitous, considering we will have another train sort of like flying up behind him, which is the next express train, which I don't remember when that leaves. Is it still here, or did it already leave? It's still here, but there's another commuter train that's got to leave before it. But it is going to, it's 5:34 now, and that train leaves at 6:05. Okay. We're going to wrap this up in a second. I know the answer, but will the map be totally filled in or only have baseboard around the track? Oh god, yeah, no, I can't imagine that I would totally fill it in. We're only going to have baseboards around the track. Like, even we have a nice big hole here, which is tough to see when you're down at track level, but it does exist. And we're going to have another one over here, and we're going to have more, but, I want to have extra room in places. Yeah, that's Mopac. Mopac hit the nail on the head, and it's not even that it's a computer killer. It's just that the amount of time that it would take to do all the terraining for that. Even if I say F it, with regard to the actual, like, detailing, and just cover it with grass and trees, with no splines, just copy paste grass and trees. Oh my god, it'd be so much work. But we're gonna wrap things up here. I know we did not get an answer to whether the whether the branch line train actually figures itself out or not, because he's right here. He's gonna try to pull forward, and then he's gonna get stuck, and then he's gonna go backwards. Yes, my love. I'm still not hungry, but yeah, I need to eat. I love you. You still want to watch a movie? Okay. Do you know what we're gonna watch? Okay, where can we watch that? Okay. We're gonna go watch Coneheads. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna think about this movie. I know like nothing about it. See, he tries to pull forward, which is stupid, but he's got to go backwards. He's gonna go here. He's gonna be like, wait, I don't get it, and then he'll figure out that he needs to reverse. But he's gonna back up to the cars he left in the woods over here, which are down here after the derail. Take them and then go that way. So, one of the things that I can do later is bring up a cut of cars that are longer, and then fill them up, and then have him just like stash them and wait for 10 minutes or however long it takes to refill this, and then fill up the next 4. Longer waits are not out of the question. Oh god, he's here. Oh my god, he made it. I just looked down and I saw this guy pulling in. I was like, where's the lag coming from? This guy has pulled in officially. Where's the rest of your train? Oh, it's just not loaded. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And yeah, Jeff is stuck in and waiting new instructions, but he figured it out. Are you Jeff? No. So you pull up to here, and then the moment you're done and you pull the engine off, the yard switcher for this, which is a HH 660, which should be up here. Yeah, it's right there. Which is, if I check the context menu, VMR 5012, comes down and what is this?
That is the Italian bread from the Palmieri's and the garlic spread.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, it is hard. I didn't expect it would be that hard. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like this garlic spread. I think it's like okay at best. Anyway, so yeah, we got to continue the programming on this guy. Thanks, Matt. And we've got to do the programming on the other dude. Which we're gonna start using triggers, which are gonna be really useful, but also really, really finicky, because if we botch the way the triggers are set up, a train's just gonna go when it's not supposed to go, and it's gonna screw up everything. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Under Construction, even though half of it was completely wasted because we lost all of that progress. But we did do a decent amount of the work that we needed to get done in terms of AI, and next week we will be doing no AI. We will be doing all scenery. We're going to try to get as far as we can over here, and that means we're going to redo everything we did and at least do all the homesteads, and then start filling in these other gaps and go along the railroad tracks, basically. Do not hold me to that, because I might always just get demoralized and decide not to continue. But I really hope I've learned my lesson, and I'm going to be saving from here on out. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you next week. This is the Admiral.